What's up, Astros fans? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. We're now 13 games into the season and the Astros are 6-7 for the third season in a row, sitting in third place behind the Angels and Rangers, who they gear up for a 3-game series tonight at Minute Maid Park for the Silver Boot Series. In Game 1, we have Martin Perez set to square off against Luis Garcia. Perez is currently 1-1 on the season with a 2.53 ERA. He's gone 5 innings in each of his first 2 starts, giving up 8 hits to the Phillies in his first start and 5 hits to the Cubs in his last start. Perez had a much better season in 32 games with the Rangers last season, but I think that was more of an outlier. Based on his career, he's a 4.42 ERA kind of guy, and I think the Astros are going to feast on him, especially based on what they did on Thursday with the hit parade against the Pirates. Luis Garcia, on the other hand, he's still working to get right. In his first 2 starts, he's looking at a 7 ERA, giving up 13 hits over 9 innings. His last outing versus the Twins, he didn't manage to get out of the 5th, which is a bit of a concern, especially with his new mechanics and everything like that that's going on with him. It's been documented through all of the starts that he's had that he was told in the offseason that he's going to have to change his mechanics based on the rock the baby. I believe that could have cause for concern going later on in the season. He could still get things right, but even in his career, he's a 3.66 ERA. With McCullers set to come back in potentially May or June, unless the Astros decide to go with a 6-man rotation, Garcia could be the odd man out, or we're looking at either Brown, who we're very high on, or Urquidy going back to the bullpen, or potentially being moved during the trade deadline. In Game 2 of the series, we have John Gray facing Hunter Brown. Last year, Hunter Brown made his first start against Texas, where he went 6 innings and he only gave up 3 hits, looking like Justin Verlander with the side-by-side comparison shown over and over again. With a Corey Seagerless Rangers lineup, I look for Brown to carve up this Rangers team and send a message that the start that he had last year was no fluke and that he's here to stay even when McCullers comes back. Gray, on the other hand, who spent a majority of his career in Colorado, is in his 2nd season now with the Rangers. Last year, he had 24 appearances where he had a 7-7 start and loss and 3.96 ERA. I look for the Astros to continue to feast and get right going into Sunday's matchup, where Andrew Heaney takes the mound for the Rangers with a robust 8.22 ERA. Now, to be fair, in his first start, he only went 2 2/3 of an inning and giving up 7 hits and 7 runs to the Orioles. So for it to go from 23.63 ERA to 8.22 isn't too bad. However, even with the dusty lineup on Sunday, I still expect Framber Valdez, who will be on the mound, to look to shut this Rangers lineup down, posting an early 1.89 ERA, which is 18th in the league. I think he'll look to improve off his last start even, where he gave up 5 walks and get back into the early Cy Young conversation. I think it'll be a fun weekend. I expect the Astros to end up sweeping the series with Seager out and missing the DeGrom in the rotation. There's also extended drinking times for the games this weekend, extended from the 7th inning all the way to the 9th inning. So for those of you that are going out there and that get there early, have a good time. Make sure you have fun, be safe, and go Astros.